Hey there everybody, welcome back to another episode of What Is the Video series, where I casually chat with you guys about video games I have played recently, giving my thoughts and opinions and overall review of said games. That being said, this episode we are talking what is Viewfinder. Viewfinder is an absolutely gorgeous, visually stunning first-person puzzle game. There is a lot going on with this game, and at the same time not enough, and let's just dive into what I mean about that. We'll talk about, like, guys, the general story about the game first. You take on the controls of a nameless, faceless, voiceless persons. They are whoever you want them to be, which is a great touch. You know, we don't need a whole backstory to someone in a game where we're solving puzzles for, but there is a nice little narrative to this game in general. If you just want to go in and solve puzzles and stuff, you can completely ignore any story stuff going on. There's very light narration going on in the background that you can easily ignore if all you want to do is solve puzzles, but there is a nice little story going on there in the game as you are traveling through it. I guess the general premise is you are in this simulation world trying to find the experiments in a tool that scientists before you were developing that could potentially help ultimately save the world, I guess is the best way to put it. And that's what you're there for. You're working through their old experiments, their old worlds that they were working in, trying to find this machine, this product, this whatever it may be that could help save the world. While doing so, you are presented with a plethora of puzzles. I think there's like roughly over 50 puzzles for sure. I think it's upwards of like 73 puzzles total in the game that you can go through and solve if you choose to do so. Some of them being mainline puzzles that you have to solve in order to progress through the story, and there's a handful of optional puzzles that you can take on, optional challenges that are some of the tougher puzzles in the game for sure. And they are there in an effort to really challenge the player, and also unlock some different fun features and stuff throughout the game. Those features being filters that you can put on your camera that you use while taking pictures to help solve these puzzles. And that's where kind of the main element and theme of this game is. You are to really challenge perception and reality and everything of the sorts to solve these puzzles. This is a game where it really rewards you for thinking outside the box to get these puzzles solved, rather than having it be an obvious, oh, this is how you solve this puzzle. There's many different ways to solve these puzzles throughout this game. A lot of them are utilizing different pictures, different posters, different drawings and stuff. As you progress through the game, you get access to a camera that you can actually take pictures of the environment around you, and then place that environment down elsewhere to kind of warp things around, maybe rotate the pictures to flip things upside down to get access to different areas and stuff to truly figure out these puzzles. I really enjoyed how the puzzles were set up. I really enjoyed how it did make you think outside the box. I really did enjoy everything about this game. I won't lie. The narrative aspects of it, how it looked visually, the style, everything about it is just so well done. And I want more. I want more. My biggest gripe with this game right away is that it's way too short. There's not enough here. I want more. What I had was fantastic. What I had my hands on was really well done. None of the puzzles were overly difficult where I found myself too challenged, but it did make me think. It made me think outside the box and different ways to solve things and such. But there just wasn't enough. I clocked in just over 3 hours of gameplay, and I saw every puzzle. I solved all the optional puzzles. I solved every puzzle you're supposed to solve going through it, and I clocked in just over 3 hours. And it's a game where there's not much replayability unless you're a speedrunner or someone who goes to 100% games with, as far as achievements go. There's really not much there to entice me to go back and play through the game itself. There's no score system. There's no built-in speedrunning mode or anything like that. It really is a it's a shame because it is a great game. It is a beautiful looking game, and it is something that I really want to highly recommend to people. However, with the price being at 25 bucks, it's hard to recommend a game that's only 3 hours long for $25, to be honest. If you're a huge fan of puzzle games and you love the art style and it really kind of catches you to potentially play the game, you know, how you value money to time is going to be your own personal thing. I would just say, you know, I usually don't bring up price in general, but it's really hard to recommend something that is hard, that cannot be played multiple times truly for that price. This might be a game to wait for a Steam sale, but what I did play of it was fantastic. Hopefully we see some potential free updates in the future, more puzzles or anything of the sort, maybe a workshop implement with Steam Workshop, and people can create their own puzzles and stuff using the game mechanics. That would be freaking sweet, and I would hop on board with those real quick going forward into the future. But yeah, that is going to be Viewfinder, guys. I don't want to talk too much about the story because it does have stuff that's kind of spoilery, and I don't want to show too many of the puzzles or talk about a lot of the mechanics because then it, like, you know, solves the puzzles for you. Yeah, take that as you will. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Check it out. Subscribe to the channel if you aren't already to get updates on more What Is videos in the futures. And I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.